Righto. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Let's go. Yeah. We here. Good evening to you, sir, and welcome. Right. So this is not really a test flight. This is me actually enjoying the fruits of my labor. Okay, so I'm going to tell you quickly a couple of things. Number one, this is the released version of X-Plane 12.8. So if you haven't updated yet, you can update that. For some reason, they kept the name as RC3. Not sure why they did that, but it is a full release. Then, secondly, hello, Rob. I spoke to the developer of xEnviro, got myself the latest beta version. So this is xEnviro running over here, and we will also be using the AutoOrtho. All right, because this is my production model, my stable version of X-Plane. And so we're not using Active Sky here at this point in time. It's all xEnviro now. Okay, so we're going to see what changed and stuff on the way. Then the other thing is, this is Payware Brisbane. It looks very nice. It is actually really good scenery. I've also got the Payware Brisbane city scenery over there. But what is interesting is that because the developers, both for the city and for here, literally cut out a piece of ortho, it's the same old story, sad story as always. The rest of the tile is now void of ortho. It's just default X-Plane over there. All right. So again, if those guys ever see this video, man, I hope you guys stop doing this nonsense, because we've all got orthos or AutoOrtho now, and you literally spoil it for us by doing nonsense like this. There's no more room for this. It is nonsensical to cut out the rest of the ortho tile and just to have this little bit. I hope you guys stop doing this. Really, it's just not nice. That's my 2 cents. My rant is over. In terms of the rest, it's really cool. It's nice. I love it. I won't have it any other way. It gives a different look and feel to X-Plane. So I'm grateful and thankful for that. So for that, for the developers, thank you guys. Anyway, it's marvelous that we can have it. Stratocast, good afternoon from Vancouver. Yeah, it is flippin' late again. It's 9:30 p.m. in Johannesburg. I'm pushing my luck trying to do a flight this late, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I hope you guys enjoy it with me. Let's quickly have a look. See, 149, 2, and 8.8. Cool. Activate. Start. So tonight, before we get confused again, I need to push that way because we're using runway 19. The interesting thing is it uses the same 0119 configuration as Cape Town on the runways. So I like that. It's really nice.
Round to cockpit, show you we got your plan there. Give me a call through the menu when you're ready to go.
Sounds like he's happy. And Linda is back. Woo! Hello, sweetness. Hope you can fly this aircraft when I fall asleep later. Right, we are flying real time, so this is like sunrise, and I'm glad because then you can see some scenery. And I didn't have to jippo the times again. Circ Air is on. And we're going to go 310. And we're going to land it, oops, oh, at 21 foot. Yay. Your damper. Okay, so I'm taking it easy, and I'm not gonna rush. We're just gonna enjoy the flight a little bit. Come on. BN4. Hello, HD. It's already been released, HD. You can go get 6.7. You can have it. It's done. I'm now not doing a test stream. I'm just enjoying the fruits of the labor. That's what I'm doing now, just relaxing. Don't need that vector at all, or the discontinuity. Hello, Dave. I'm glad you like it. And over here we can do the same. Don't need a vector. Right, we're not flying online. We don't have ATC. We don't care. Identified. No, it's fine. We can look at that. Strangely enough, in my report on 6F, I did mention to Zibo the issues, the queries, or whatever you want to call it, I had about the VNAV. And he released without any mention. He never said anything about what I said. So I'm not sure whether he actually fixed it or not. So if it's not working, obviously we make another report, you know. But whatever you guys do, if you pick up issues, please take it to the forum, but give specifics. I was flying from here to here at this point, this altitude, this weather, this version of X-plane, this version of the Zibo. You know, just make it easier on us guys. We can't guess, you know, and just to say, oh, it's not working, it's vague. We don't know, you know, just give us a hint. Tell us exactly what happened in actual fact, and don't give a hint. That's not good enough. So, you know, go list it so we can check it. Yeah, but remember, Discord is just for us just chatting, right? Discord isn't really for support. We like to help people there, but it's not the official place. If you want to make an issue of it, you know, that somebody really takes you serious and that tests get done and things like that. The best place is the forum, man. Always the forum. Until such time as it gets closed, you know, who knows, maybe one day we'll bring the forum to Discord, but right now it's not there yet.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up.
Yes, exactly, Dave. That's another thing. Please explain the weather engine, because we have seen, we just noticed, I mean, I was sitting with the guys upstairs. Neil is flying the latest version with X-plane real weather, and that thing is shaking quite a bit. Okay, so I'm using xEnviro. Some of the other guys also use either X-plane, but then you also get the guys using the Active Sky. It's important to know which one it is. 100% identified. Yeah, everything is changing, Piotr, very quickly. So, you know, just try and keep up. Right, that's done. Let's load. What deserves. Rob, I'm not sure what you're asking about the light there. You're asking there, do you also have the PRBF light around the middle or switch? Let me go check Discord quickly. Where in Zibo chat?
Guys, the lead is on board.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. No, I haven't checked. That's a good one. No, I haven't checked that. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. That is why it's important to note which one you are talking about. Hello, Cappuccino. Sounds wild, Dave. Yeah. Okay, so now we need to change that to 3.0. Now I want to see the effect of that. It's good enough. Yes, I read that quickly. I see the issue there. Ah, that's why.
Trim up.
Can't read there. Oh heck, this is gonna be one hell of a taxi. I just realized I chose the wrong runway for takeoff, but I'm not gonna change it now. It's fine. We'll taxi there. Right. I don't mind, you guys can chat there. I'm obviously not going to look at the chat every single second, but you guys are welcome to continue chatting, no worries. Right, so I think we're done. Let's throw all the switches.
Captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers.
Why is that still flashing?
Please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
I missed something. I messed up something on that IRS's. Oh, no.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Let's see if that's gonna work now. Hopefully Bitte du war. Overzealous. Oh, we don't have to redo them. Come on. Hi, toch. Let's just redo them and get it over with. It's going to be easiest.
Yeah, ground to cockpit. Toast driving up right now.
Forward boarding door has been closed. Once again, we're doing all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices will need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pagers. Flight attendants, please.
Yeah, you tell them, Dave. You tell them. Let's put some adverts on the screen. Entice them a little bit. Come on, guys.
Alright, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect?
You do that.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
I'm a dummy, I'm a dummy. Come on, die for me. Come on. That one's now going to be a problem.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release the parking brake when you're ready.
Sorry, Uncle Sir, you're going to have to wait a wee while. Can't believe my fingers slipped like that. So I've set them both on left. Why aren't you going?
Nico, if you want to speed up, you can change the align time in the FB.
I know. Antonio.
Yeah.
I'm more confused than wanting to speed it up because I don't believe my own bad luck that I turned it that one notch too far. Anyway, it's fine. We can wait it out. It must just bloody work now, that's all. It's fine. But thank you for that. It is, but like I say, I'm more confused to my own stupidity now than I'm really worried about speeding it up. But it's okay, we'll wait the 3-4 minutes, it's fine. Hello, Steve. Welcome. Hello, Alex. Oh, I'm just chillaxing a little bit, yeah. Then I made a boo-boo on the IRS alignment. Yeah, something like that. No, I had an excellent night last night, Steve. I did over 10 hours. And all good, man. Yeah, I've got my days that I don't sleep or hardly sleep by now.
I was going to say,
Hmm?
last night you must have woken up, I don't know how many times.
I must be honest, I didn't. Since my head hit the pillow, I woke up 10 a.m. this morning. So if my phone maybe showed that I was online, it was on its own. It was just the phone updating or something, Mac. I promise you, I was not really awake and doing things. Or I did it in my sleep and I don't know about it.
I was going to say, I thought you filed a couple of posts in Discord that made me think you were up.
Mac, I might have, in the spur of the moment. Maybe I went to the loo, you quickly look at the phone, did something, but I can't remember. If you put a gun against my head now, I'll have to say pull the trigger. I can't vouch for it. It's just not going to happen. All right, so right now the second alignment, the second IRS isn't in alignment, but we are just going to give it a minute or two to get into shape. It's a minute or two behind, Mac.
Okay.
My fingers slipped and it went to ATT at the back, so I had to reset both. Then I set the first one and my fingers slipped again on that one. I don't know why. The mouse was just too sensitive. I didn't concentrate, whatever you want to call it, one of those things. So we'll see when the other one kicks in. It's going to be another minute or so, then you'll see those things go green and they start to wind down and get ready.
Yeah. That's interesting, though. As soon as you've got one aligned, the timer at the top
stopped. Yeah, the timer stopped.
Yeah.
See, now, we can technically put it on both to left, see, and then we can fly that way, but I don't really want to do it. We'll give it another minute or so. I'm chillaxing here. I couldn't care less. I'm just sitting here. I'm probably irritating some of the viewers. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. But I'm literally just relaxing here. It's the end of my day. Taking it easy. And all I really want to do is just see what happens on the VNAV on the descent again. Hello, Dumper. Welcome.
Just out of interest, while you're waiting then, if you killed your two electric hydraulic pumps and went into standby flaps, could you not just check that standby flaps business out?
Not really, because I've already screwed up something there. It's counting down now. I've already screwed up once, Mac. I don't want to do this as a test flight really now.
I'll try it myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex, I think we're in agreement. I like that statement of yours. And yeah. Okay, we're done. We can go. Let's move it, move it.
Alright, starting the pushback, and you may spool them. Clear to start engines.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
So for the guys that joined late, just a quick update. I'm using the latest xEnviro beta that was given to me earlier. So it seems to be working fairly nicely in Explain 12, the released version now. Not sure when it's going to be released to the public, but I'm going to check that out as we fly and you guys can watch it with me. Hello, Andrew. Ah, yes. Looks like a nice day here. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
There it goes.
Alright, mate. Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
25 and 2.
Done.
Alright, mate. Disconnecting toes. Stand by.
Oh, that is so Aussie, man. That sounds so cool.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Toe is disconnected. Bypass pin is removed. Thumbs up on the left and catch you next time. Have a safe flight.
Flaps 5 set. 25 and 2.
Thumbs up. There you go, mate.
Ready for before taxi procedure. Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Yeah, it is, eh? It is. Now this one, we're going to take off runway 19 and we're supposed to get vectors from ATC because they aren't any ATC. I just took out that vector section and linked the line. So we made our own little departure. Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
Right, so we are here and we need to go all the way up, up. Goodness, wrong buttons. That's our runway over there, so we're gonna taxi like forever tonight.
I am ready for before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators. On. Pro heat. On. Anti-ice. Wing anti-ice off. Engine anti-ice off. Isolation valve. Auto. Engine start switches. Continuous. Recall. Checked. Auto brake. Rejected takeoff. Engine start levers. Flight control. Checked. Flaps. Flaps 5 set. Green light. Detent. Ground equipment. Clear. Before taxi checklist complete. Ready for taxi.
Hey Rob, welcome.
Taxi lights on.
Dave, yes and no. If your aircraft is capable and fitted with the correct equipment, then you do not need it. Like me, I don't use engine continuous at all. When Sasso is here, their aircraft, does not have the same facilities. They still use it. Okay, so in his checklist, he's adamant. And when we fly together, I always said continuous. Linda always said continuous. But it is an option in the EFB, and strangely enough, it is also an option in the PMDG. So if you have the need to use continuous, by all means, you can do it. If you want to change the setting, you can change it in both of these aircraft. Ours is just in the EFB. You can set it differently so it runs on auto. The same goes for the probes. Okay, now the probes is one of those things that if it does not really switch on, it can be a hell of a problem. Okay, so in terms of the probe, I still switch my probes on, but effectively I can do this. Look, I can switch them off. It has no bearing on it because it is automatically switched on by the system because of the EFB setting. Now me, and this comes from a real pilot that said to me, is it's too important for it not to work. So even while they have the auto function, that is the one thing they still switch on manually, disregarding the fact that it works automatically. Because if those things don't work, you lose a lot of your information, and that could be detrimental to your health.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's kind of a chicken-proof thing.
Yes.
Both probes and starters are set to
continuous
cont and on anyway.
Piotr, you need to speak to Pikitanga. Send him a message. Tell him. Give him a suggestion. I don't use it that much. I mean, it's there when I need it and I love it, but I don't really need it that much. I've also, on my second screen here, I've got the charts open. So this is literally just a nice to have an aid on top of the charts, but send him a message. Okay, the one thing that I'm having difficulty with, and I don't know if it's just because of the update or what it is, but I'm having real difficulty taxiing stable for some reason. I don't know why. Let's just calibrate these guys, make sure that they're okay, that they're not the problem again.
Neil's comment earlier was the nose wheel appear to be skidding a bit sideways when you put a lot of...
But I never had this in the beta, so I don't know where it comes from. I
Yeah.
just noticed it. Literally just noticed it. It's like I'm being swayed in the wind. You know, it's
Okay.
taxiing different.
Well,
Back-
that's why I'm wondering
Yeah.
whether it's a bit light on the nose.
I don't know. But that means that Zibo tweaked it since I had the last test.
It has to be very light on the nose.
Yeah.
Evening all.
Hello. Hey, Dave.
Hello again.
Hello, Mikma. Yeah, this feels better. I'm pretty sure it was that calibration.
Okay.
It feels immediately better.
Yes, that's true, Dave.
No, this is much more manageable now. Much more stable. Autoland using LVP. I'm not sure you can do Autoland with LVP. You can do it with GLS and you can do it with ILS. But I'm not sure you can do an Autoland with LVP. Eh? Anyway, Autoland is probably the one system in the Zibo mod that has had the least tweaking. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But Zibo really at one point in time is going to have to give proper attention to it, because he tweaks it every now and then, but it's never received the same love as some of the other systems. Oh yeah, no, I'm taxiing much better, Mac. When we speak to Neil, or if
Okay.
he hears this, Neil, just calibrate your rudders, man. Because this is definitely, it's feeling different. Unless, of course, we've turned against the wind or in such a way where the wind didn't bother us. Let's see. Now we're going to taxi the same direction. You know, if it's wind related, we're going to pick up on it very quickly. Yeah, it's nice to have. I agree. The functionality is nice. No, it's stable, Mac.
Okay.
It's not the same as in the beginning of my taxi. Hey, always. You got some stutters there. Oh, guess what? I think I took a wrong turn. There's the taxiway. I'm getting on the runway here. Oh wow. Oops. We'll just use
Yeah,
the
you'll make it from here, Nico.
I think I will. I think I should. Oops.
We will see.
Stabilize.
Oops.
Approaching 19.
Okay,
right.
if I don't make it, don't laugh. You can laugh with me, but don't laugh at me, okay?
We
Little
will
story
try.
here. A little story. I was watching the Tenerife documentary accident report, and your little mistake here is making me think of the Pan Am pilots.
Ooh, ooh. Gotcha.
On runway 19, right.
Well, like I say, we're gonna give it a bash. Okay, we're gonna do some window bashing here today if we have to. Okay, everything is set. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
Thank you, Iceman. I'm glad you guys are with me all the way. I'll try not to go window bashing on you now.
Before takeoff procedure complete.
Right, so
Ready for before takeoff checklist.
you're not worried, we're done. Got it. Toga.
Top thrust set.
Pressing down a little bit. Luminek, look at this runway. Oh my soul. Woo! Wow, that was one catapult into the air there. That is spyware for you guys. Look at that. That is terrible. But we made it. We made it.
Well, we're gonna need to watch this on replay.
Can you imagine? This is terrible, crazy. And this is spyware. I wonder if Auto isn't interfering with it maybe. I don't know, huh? Could be. I'll have to check that same. Now we say it's bad spyware, but it might be AutoOrtho. Sorry guys. Sorry whoever wrote this, made this, developed this. We'll check. Yeah, it could be AutoOrtho related. But then again, it still means that there isn't a proper exclude in the scenery, because that's supposed to blanket out anything underneath it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Dave, exactly. EPG. Is it for X-Plane 12? That scenery, EPGD. If it is, put a link in the Discord for us in the freeware scenery, man, please. And we can support you and use it a little bit. That's not bad scenery. That's really nice. You can see the cutout. Look, there's the orthos they put in, and then psh, there's your blank X-Plane tile. Excellent. Piotr, put it in Discord at the bottom in freeware sceneries, man. Go put it there. Hello, Thunder.
Flaps 1 set.
Thank you so much. So I take it your trip was good, that you arrived safely and all?
Flaps up and set.
Have to go, Nico. See you tomorrow for the Silver Sky, isn't it? Tomorrow.
Yes, yo. Do you have any idea where you guys want to fly for the Silver Skies if we do a group flight tomorrow evening?
Yeah, it will be fine to. It will be nice to make a flight all together. I have no preference actually. We have to make something like an hour and a half, more or less, flight, more or less.
They said minimum 2 hours for pilots.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll work on something. I'll put it in Discord and we can discuss it tomorrow then.
Yeah. See you. Ciao.
Okay, bye.
Will be switched off shortly. However, for own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt
Look at this, you can see that seam for the orthos. Sad, it's sad, it's sad. I hate this cutout. Anyway, you'll survive. Must just not think about it. Excellent, Thunder, sounds good, man. Bruno, I don't know, because I don't know what you heard and what you did not hear. So it's difficult for me to answer that question. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we might consider that. Louise, welcome. James, you always have the strangest sayings, man. Oh, yes, Bruno, no, that was fixed. That was fixed. The Zibo mod exploded at the gate. When you try to start the Zibo mod with fuel in the center tank, and the moment you switch on the center fuel pump, the left one that you're supposed to have on, you know, for the APU operation, the aircraft started to bounce, and the next moment, it exploded. So, yeah, that's fixed.
Instant hot dogs.
Yeah. That's funny, and then the aircraft would sink below the ground, and then you see the smoke coming from the ground. Yeah, it came in with 6.7 betas. We literally discovered it in one of the betas. Remember, we had A, B, C, D, E, G. What's F? Yeah, we had 6 fixes that we had to test, obviously, and one of them introduced that at kaboom. Yeah, that's why I said on stream it wouldn't be nice. Some of the guys would not, you know, appreciate us releasing a model like that. Can you imagine? You go sit at the gate, and the next moment the Zibo explodes. Excellent, James. Good you sorted that. Bruno, some of it was looked at, some of it not. Some of the stuff I reported on VNAV, Zibo never mentioned again, so he's not been around. I have not been able to ask him exactly what he did or didn't do. Agent B7, all good, thank you. We are flying one of the same routes we did yesterday, and we just want to see what happens with VNAV in the descent here now. So all good, all good. About flying to alternate airports. You can ask anytime. The difference is going to be when I answer you, so you're welcome to ask. Excellent, Scotsman. Yeah, I immediately stopped because I figured out my taxiing was not on par. Did the recalibration and I could taxi perfectly the rest of the way. You know, I lost my way, but that's not the taxi fault. That's my mistake. No, James, it's fixed, so it won't happen to you. There we go. Now that looks nice. Thank you, Thunder. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy it, man. Thank you, Neil. I think Zibo achieved quite a bit, you know, with the help of Twixter. I mean, Zibo can't do it without Twixter. Him doing the flight model and then Zibo recoding so many things like the trim and marrying everything. I mean, Twixter did an awesome job on this flight model. I mean, have any of you tried to hand fly it like I did? Have you felt the difference? Bruno, we got the flight routes from Ryanair and Southwest Airways, right, for the Americas and for Europe. And then I took the South African CAA flight routes for the Southern African flights, and the rest we made up as we went along. We had a couple of guys contribute, so I'm not sure where they got their flight routes and stuff from, but I think the basis initially was the real airlines, and then in time it evolved to, oh, I want to fly from point A to point B. It doesn't exist. Okay, well, let's put it in. You know, and the guys started adding their own flights and things, and my big dream is still to fill in the flights for South America. We've got a big, huge gap in South America, and I've got a lot of ideas, but I don't have the time. Honestly, I don't have the time to edit them in. Gotcha, James.
To level off.
Oh, Bruno, the timing is irrelevant. You can set the time any which way you want. The only reason we put a time in there is because it's a requirement to load them into the database. But nobody's requesting you to fly at a certain time. You can change the time to any time of day, doesn't matter. You can even change the route. If let's say you get a route that's broken, you can make your own route. The thing you cannot change is the departure and the destination, but you can put your own route. It's all up to you. James, it's difficult. I don't always know what to say to your comments. You see, that's the thing. So, you know, when I know what to say, it's easy to say something. Agent B7, in the Skymatix VA, to answer your question, we've covered a lot of areas with a lot of flights, okay? But South America is a bit lacking. Okay, so I've got this huge spreadsheet where I've put together the airport pairs, but I haven't had the time to actually go and sit and create the actual flight routes in between the airport pairs. And as you heard now with me talking to Bruno, we also need to set times and things, you know, so that we can import it into the database. I just haven't had the time to do it, so... Yeah, Dave, most of our routes either come from the real world through the FAA, or it comes through Eurocontrol. Okay, every now and then I would say maybe 5% to 10% max of the routes are not Eurocontrol certified or FAA certified. In other words, not used in real world. We make them up because you sometimes get an odd pair, you know, and the real world carriers don't fly between those two airports, so you cannot verify. And then, I mean, all I do is I go into Navigraph and I tell it auto route, it builds a route, I copy it and I paste it into the VA, you know. But most of them, that as far as humanly possible, we try and keep to real world routes, you know, so that you can go to FlightAware and you can verify it, or you can go to Eurocontrol and verify them. No, you can't automate the process. What we did at one point in time, believe it or not, somebody gave us a little DOS program. It runs in old DOS, in the DOS box in Windows. And you could specify the online provider, and then you could say the carrier name, and then what it did was it brought down the airport pairs, but also it didn't give you the routes. So there's nothing you can do. You have to physically then put it in a spreadsheet, and you have to start adding the information, you know, manually. You have to go to the relevant programs that we have, say the destination, say the arrival, make the route, and then run it through Eurocontrol or check whether it comes up on FlightAware, you know, and that's how we get them. I have PFPX, that's one of the things that I use. I basically use FlightAware, then I use, what's this thing called? Let me get the name, I'll tell you now. Give me a second. Tell you now, Route Finder, and Route Finder is linked to Eurocontrol, and then I run what I get from those two, I put through PFPX, and that's how I wash the route basically, and then put it into the spreadsheet. That's how I do it. So it's a bit of a process. I'll show you the little spreadsheet that we work with, and you'll see also. Why did I click now? I clicked in the wrong spot. So let me share the screen quickly. Right, so this is the spreadsheet, right? It's in Google Docs. And basically you would put in, let's say for instance, FAOR, caps lock is on, FAOR to FACT, the alternate would be FAGG departure time. This is where that time thing comes in, so we guess a time. It can be anything, you know, so that's the start time. Just quickly get the arrival time is calculated there because of the rest. So what would happen then is we would have the whole route, whatever the route is there, and we would then specify the levels. So that would be 350, and your distance is what, 650 nautical miles. So what happens is we use a real world airline calculation. That whole calculation comes from a real world airline. I won't mention the name, right? And that literally gives us the block time. But now you can see I have to physically go and input all of this. The red blocks I can't do anything about. And then at the end of the day, there's a second spreadsheet, because what needs to happen is we need to then allocate the aircraft that's available in the VA. It needs to be allocated per route. Okay, because obviously you can't fly an aircraft with a range of 1,000 nautical miles on a 3,000 nautical mile route. It won't work. So we've got like 3 different spreadsheets that we work with, and each of them eventually adds up to a full line of information. That final spreadsheet is then exported into a CSV comma delimited version, and that gets imported into the SQL database. So you're talking an absolute enormous amount of time that needs to go into setting up these flights, okay, because like I said, it's dependent on all the fields to be filled in, and that's why it takes a wee while to put the information in there. So I hope you guys like the little bit of background information. That's it. That's what happens. Well, Agent B7, if you for instance, let me show you this. If you for instance go to flight aware, right, let's get that onto the screen quickly. You go to flight aware, right, and flight aware covers Australia, New Zealand and the US mainly. Okay, I'm not sure if it covers other areas, but let's say for instance now you want to fly from say Las Vegas, and you want to go to Denver for instance, okay, just because it's there. Now you can find the real world routes, all right, and this is a very nice tool to have. So there it tells me that that route on that line has been flown 183 times, okay, and it gives me a flight level between 290 and 410. Now if you go down here, you can actually see the aircraft that was flown. You know, there you actually see the carrier that did the flight, and there you've got your actual route. So to copy and paste this is also easy. We actually do not copy and paste and insert the SID and the star into the VA, because the SID and star will depend on the weather. Okay, so we would typically take that, you know, middle 2 things. Okay, so those look like 2 waypoints, and that is also the flight that's done the most. There you can see there was one flight on a different route and another flight on yet another different route. If you really go in deep into it, you'll see it was usually due to weather, you know. And then we can copy this straight into PFPX and make the route, you know, as easy as that. Yes, exactly. They're not mandatory, but it makes my life easier, because I tell you what, if I have to go into Navigraph desktop charts like this, and now I have to manually go and build the routes, or even if you use this auto route, you see there's auto route. I mean, it's just it's a potential big mess, because also these guys don't really care whether they fly on a a wrong direction air route. I've seen it a few times. You run this through Euro control, they tell you, but you're on the wrong route. You can't be on that route. You're in the wrong direction. And Navicraft does not check those kind of things. All they want to do is basically connect the dots, okay, give you a quick route, which is fine for a flight simmer. But we have a couple of real-world pilots flying with us, and then they lift their eyebrows and they go, where did you get this route? You know, why are you doing this? And it just makes it easy. It can also be related to runway closures. You're right. You know, there could be a whole host of things that could go wrong. So very true, Agent B7. Yeah. So we try and make it as real as possible within the limitations and constraints of the programs and the facilities we have. Yes, Steve, it's a lot of work. And it's like trying to add an aircraft. Let's say for instance, now we've already made provision for the A380, okay, but there is no A380 really available to fly with in flight simulation yet, okay? So we already knew it was coming. We've heard the rumors, we've seen some posts about it. We know it's coming, and then what we had to do was we made provision for those aircraft, like the A380 already, and like the MAX. We've already got the provisioning for the MAX in the VA, but we cannot, you know, give it yet, because they, apart from the iFly MAX in P3D, there just isn't any MAXes. Now, they're busy with it in 2020, and PMDG said they're going to make one as well. So, you know, it's coming. But if, let's say, for instance, they make a new aircraft and they call it XYZ, whatever the name would be, you know, the provisioning takes even longer, because now you have to go and edit line by line in the database to add that aircraft, and it has to be on the specific route where it's capable of flying. No, there's no MAX yet. Ooh, Zibo. I'll do that. I will do that for you. There is no official MAX for X-Plane 12 or 411. Remember, they stole our stuff. Okay, so if you're talking about the Walter White stolen technology from the Zibo crowd, it doesn't count. So there's that as well. Okay, see, I don't know about things like that, Agent B7. You know more than me in relation to that. Okay. Tight. Sorry guys, Zibo has put me on an assignment. one or two of you know what I'm doing now. Wait, which one would it be? That one. Why did it not change? Oh, sorry, wrong one. It's definitely not going to do anything there. Where the heck is those other things? Sorry, I'm now looking for the old switches. Can you believe it? I'm supposed to know this, and honestly I don't know where it is. It's not here, not there. The hardware, no, it's not all. It won't be under realism. Can't see that. Visual effects. Page 3. Was I? No, Zibo, give me a better hint than that. Sorry, man. I'm definitely in the wrong place. So if we go there, systems, 3. Fuel cutoff. I got it. Thank you, Zibo. I got it. Well, I've switched it. It doesn't change for me. It works for me all the time.
One I would point at, the light that's not throwing any light, is the overhead one, which is controlled by the back of the centre console, and that should focus on the throttles and it doesn't throw any light. If you go to the overhead link.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Look, here, the only thing that doesn't throw light is that. I mean, you can clearly see it doesn't really look like... Oh shit, I switched off the engine. Oh, come on, keep going. Oh, we got it just in time. The only thing that I see that's not giving light is that. Let's quickly change this thing again. It's like there is light but not a lot. I don't know. That was close. Thank you, Agent P7. Yes, Steve, I tell you, my heart nearly died. Ooh, then I've switched off the autopilot. I trimmed the blinking trim wheel. I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna get in trouble. Just like okay, Mac, yeah, you're talking about the floodlight or what?
Yeah,
this guy, this floodlight. Yeah.
Floodlight.
Yeah. Zibo, can we fix this floodlight sometime?
And I believe that's supposed to throw light onto that throttle area. It lights up, but it doesn't throw any light.
Nah, it's useless, this thing.
How did you make it to scroll so fast? Mine is just slow as hell.
I don't know. No
Was
idea.
this circuit breaker sync the next plane?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Mac?
Yeah?
He says he will look at it tonight for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Zibo.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Agent P7. I just received your message there. Appreciate it. I'll have to look into that. Let's see what it tells me. Well, Papa Mike, if Zibo fixes the overhead floodlight, then it will not be that difficult to find the parking brake anymore either, you know, so let's go to real time, please. Oof. Right, I see it getting closer to top of descent. I better start. I said to Zibo, you said thank you, Mac. He's giving a smiley face. Not sure you saw my follow-up comment about, I can't even read what it says there. Let's quickly go back. I'm not sure the... About the max, okay. No, HD flies the wrong one. I don't go crazy when I see somebody flying the max, but as far as I know, HD knows that it's stolen technology, so it's up to him. It's up to each individual person, you know, whether they want to fly it or not. But for us and the team guys here, it's a sore point because it's a long story, but the gist of it is that it was taken without permission, annexed really, and when we had to walk away, everybody involved in creating it were literally given a middle finger up the nose, and we had to walk away from our own creation. You know, that doesn't go down well, unfortunately. But like I said, I can't prevent anybody from flying it. It's one of those things. If they want to do it, they can do it. What we do stop is we prevent people from posting it in any of our groups, and we, you know, just pretend it doesn't exist, really. Easiest way of dealing with it. Yeah, no worries, Dave. Ja, 9. What did I type? CP 65.8. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate the support, man. Hello, LLM Gaming. Welcome. Right, so we've done that, Still looks a bit fast, man. Still a bit fast. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. 49's better. Right, okay. See, I lost my concentration there for a second. Okay. Then, let's see. Minimums, 220. 220. Again, I'm gonna roll through to the end, so I'm using auto brake 1. I don't want to taxi all the way. It's far, man. We did enough taxiing for one flight. That's done. That's done. Alright. You have to come down to 1,900. I'm laughing at Zibo, sorry. The discussion we had is still in my mind. He was funny.
Ready for descent procedure.
Nico, can I put in a question about the heading?
Of course.
I noticed on your flights in cruise altitude, you're always shifting the heading to the heading the plane is using. Is that SOP or what?
I think yes and no. Yes, because that's what my captain and co-pilot always did when I was flying jump seat. So I just, you know, saw them do it all the time. On the other hand, I want to tell you something. Even in the little Cessnas, if you, for instance, you know, fly IFR, because that's mainly what it's about, right? And you all of a sudden get a vector, and if that heading bug isn't somewhere in front of you and you can't turn quick enough, the guys usually get a bit flustered or frustrated. Okay, so it's also good airmanship, good common sense to have the heading bug in front of you in case you get a vector. Okay, and I think the reason the guys follow the actual heading of the nose basically is it gives you an awareness of your crabbing, and it also gives you an awareness of where that nose is pointing to, you know. So it does a couple of things, but I'm not sure if everybody does it. It's just something I picked up in real world, you know. And when I used to fly, I always made sure my heading is in front of me. I never flew IFR in real world, but you know, it's just a habit because you take off on the runway heading, and you know, if you have to do any form of navigation, flying towards a VOR or an NDP or something cross country, it's always nice to know where you're at, where you're heading to, things like that. So for me, it's kind of like common sense. I don't even think about it anymore. I just do it.
Nico.
Yeah.
I'm sure I watched one of his flight deck to some streams, and he says they have to keep it set on the head.
Okay. All right. I don't watch all these streams, so I missed that one. But yeah. There's got to be more to it than just what meets the eye. So I've shared what I know and what I do. You know, a real pilot, if he comes on stream, can give us more, you know, in-depth answer to that.
Yeah. Well, Nico, if you were told by air traffic now, by current heading, you'd only have to press one button.
Yeah.
Heading select, and it would carry on because you're already set up.
Yeah. You see, it also helps that way.
Takes care of the wind adjustment, the crab, and everything.
Yeah.
And if you lost your autopilot, whatever, your aircraft is set up to fly manually.
Yeah, you can take over in a moment's notice. Yeah. Mick.
Thanks for the explain.
No worries. When I have my flight plan in the FMC, it doesn't follow the flight plan. It follows it for 10 minutes and then it makes a turn for no reason. Mick, the only way we're going to figure out what happens there is if you come and show us here on Discord, because clearly in my streams you can see how it works. It doesn't do that. So there's either a third-party intervention happening there, or you're not following LNAV. In other words, you're flying on a heading mode, and after 10 minutes the route changes direction, you lose the route, but it's because you're on heading mode. So I don't know, and I'm speculating now, obviously. So the best thing is come to Discord, come talk to the guys here. If I'm not here, show them what happens, and then they can tell you what's spotting, because I don't know. That's a good guess. Thank you, Steve. Hello, who's speaking to me?
Nishant, a long time Zibo user.
Ah, yes, Nishant. Yeah.
I don't know what settings are wrong I did, but on final, the auto land just goes crazy from left to right. It starts swing on final approach.
Same story that I just said to the other user here. You're going to have to come sit here at some point in time and show us, because ours don't do it, so we don't know what you do or what you don't do. Unless we see what you're doing, it's going to be almost impossible for us to guess, you know. So make an arrangement. Yeah, try come tomorrow during the day. I know if you're in India, then obviously you're a couple of hours in front of us. Okay, but I mean, we fly, the group flight is usually from about 800 Zulu till about 2 hours later, you know, 2.5, maybe 3 hours later. So if you can come just after that, I'm pretty sure somebody will be available to help you, and then you can just show them.
Okay, sure. But
Okay.
I think, does it depend on the OS version there already? Because
No.
I tried on Windows and reported it happens.
No, it shouldn't. It's something else. I know you're on Linux, but it shouldn't do that. It shouldn't.
So I switch over to Windows now. I'll report it because Linux was giving me issues with the semicolon hacking and crash.
Yeah. Okay. No, if you're in Windows, then you're anyway on the better track. Then it's easier to support you anyway. So yeah, come around tomorrow. Mick, the time's good for you as well. 800 Zulu, maybe, you know, 2-3 hours later. if you can make it, you know, somebody will be here if I'm not here, you know, and we can look at the situation, because I don't know, to guess like this is impossible.
Okay, let me try this on Windows and repeat back.
Okay. Okay.
There's your 9999, Nico.
Yeah. Let me quickly take a screenshot. Send it to Zibo quickly. Zibo, are you still watching? FYI.
Which approach mode is this?
We're not in approach mode now, we're just descending.
So what is this column?
Sorry, you're talking about this magenta line there? Yeah, that's a setting in the EFB. I think they call it the VNAV speed bar or something like that. It's just a setting. It's something we picked up from Southwest Airlines that we put in there.
Oh, okay, so it depends on the livery as well?
No, yes it does, but it's a setting in the EFB that will probably save per livery, so you can change it. Different liveries can have it or not have it.
Okay, so what I have seen is so far, the radio panel changes with the livery.
No, it's all settings in the EFB. Nishant, you need to get the EFB guide and read the EFB guide, and then you need to learn the settings in the EFB, because there you'll pick up what is on and off and what does what.
Okay, I thought it was livery related, depending on airline.
It will be once you've saved it. But to say it's livery dependent is wrong. It's actually setting in the EFB dependent, and you can save it per livery. You understand what I'm saying? It's
Yes, that is correct.
different perspective, yeah.
Because on the Tolis A3 Airbus family, it is dependent on the livery what setting there.
Yeah.
On the 321.
Yeah, so the same effect happens here, but you set it in the EFB. That's all I'm trying to say. So I don't want to confuse you. It will eventually be livery. It's not livery dependent. It's saved per livery. You see, you must just see it from the other side. That's all.
Okay, I read the EFB like that. So which airline are you flying today?
I only fly for Skymatix VA.
Oh, okay. Now that I'm on Windows, I may join Skymatix.
Of course.
So, do you guys have any other type apart from the
In the VA, we've got all of them. We've got all the types. All the major types are supported, all the aircraft.
The plane which I'm most used to is the A321.
Yeah, you can fly them. No problem. We've got the Tolis in there, we've got the Jar Design in there, we've got the Phoenix in there. You name it. The big brands are all supported.
Nico, I think you're getting low on profile here, man.
You think? Wait, how do you get that?
You've just gone through 20,000 feet, which means about 60 miles to go.
Look
and
at
I think
my
I can
profile.
just about, and I can, yeah, I know. But if you go into the miles to go on your progress page,
I hear what you're saying. Anyway, Zibo says it is a bug, he will fix it. Thank you, Zibo.
Excellent.
Alright, so he's now aware of that too. Oh, we did some good in this flight too. We had some fun and did some good.
Yeah, flying the plane Dukes of Hazzard style.
Dave, you know what? I must be honest with you. I don't know exactly which settings save per livery and which do not, because some of them is actually livery wide. So in other words, it just saves through the bank, and some of it is livery dependent. So the best thing to do is go save one, livery with inches, and do one livery with a hectopascal, and see if they interfere with each other. I honestly cannot tell you off the top of my head which settings is livery wide and which ones are per livery. I know there's a split, but I can't tell you exactly how and where. Paul?
Yes, sir.
I think I'm going to fly it on the green banana. And that's...
Nice plan.
Yeah, and that green banana tells me I'm way below my profile. Way below.
I'd forgotten that feature, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to start reducing my descent, because we're going to end up way low. So we'll keep the green banana somewhere there at the turn, which is where we're supposed to be. See?
Yeah. Stow your speed brakes, man.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Dave, same with us. The only time anybody should anyway change is if they fly North America side of things. I don't know if there's a South American country or anywhere else where you need to fly on inches, but maybe Caribbean, I don't know. But the rest of the world's all in hectopascal. Thanks for that, Paul. I sat here blindly trusting automation, promise you, and I'm talking too much to even care about calculating things. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, mine was showing 9999, and I hit level change and speed brake and put the speed up, and it just didn't come back. And I thought, hang on, time to just sit back a minute and take a breath. And did that 3 times your altitude business. And I thought, well, the plane actually seems to fly exactly as it should, just that it's telling you it's not.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Oh, now then, it's come back.
It's busy calculating again. Thanks, Dave. You see, I don't know the countries. When I fly and I get the meter and it says inches, I change to inches. If it doesn't say that, I stick to hectopascal. Oh, over here, when it says speed, basically, okay, there's 2 different versions of the VNAV that you can use. The one is called basic VNAV and the other one is VNAV common. Now I fly, oh, you mean ARM, okay. Let me just finish the one sentence then anyway for the guys listening. So I fly on the VNAV common. So when I see speed, I know we're in VNAV common, so we're in a parallel descent path. When it says path, it means I'm in the path. Okay, so that's just the difference. Now when it says Mach speed, the two between the two difference is MCP speed. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense, it's late. It's MCP speed. It means that it is following whatever is on the MCP, okay? If I go back to VNAV, you see now it's going to have different things. ARM means that it's going to be in white. It means that I can move my throttles and the speed will then depend on where the throttles go and end up, and the input from the throttles. When it says the FMC speed like that, it will look at whatever the speed is in the legs page there, and it will match the FMC speed. Okay, so FMC speed looks there, MCP speed will look at your speed window, and ARM means that you can move the throttle. Now, as you can see right there on the display, I'm currently moving my throttles. You see those little triangles there. Now, obviously it means nothing, because we're in FMC speed mode.
Basically a VNAV thing.
Well, we're back on path, and now we're in that hold for the 9,000. There's the altitude restriction we need to hold up. So I think maybe this altitude restriction was the saving grace. Yeah, Paul?
Yeah, it gives you a section of level flight to catch up in, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah. Let's quickly go find it, then we get the correct name. So under displays, man, I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm starting to read yes in your queue for no. VNAV speed band. Okay, that's the thing. So if you look there, see, now it's off, now it's on. It comes from Southwest, Papa Mike. It's a Southwest Airlines feature that they requested us to put in. One of the guys, they requested that, so that's why Zibo put it in. So VNAV speed band, it's that one.
And there's an engine wake up
yes,
speed that you can adjust as well. Where does that live?
Let's see.
I have mine set.
Sorry, Nishant, I can't really hear you. We're just concentrating on something else quickly.
I set mine to 10 knots anyway, so it's not constantly
mine too,
throttling up and backing off.
Yeah.
You are tired, aren't you? You're usually much better than this.
I'm really tired. I'm really tired, man. Sorry.
In the FMS, H2 of 2.
VNAV wake up idle speed. That's the one. Thank you, Mac.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And that stretches the bottom of that bracket that you can see on the speed tape. So that's currently set at 10 knots, so it wakes up automatically when it's 10 knots slow of its target speed. Yeah.
Exactly.
So basically, VNAV is holding all the FMC data.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So VNAV is a smoother descent.
Yes, it's supposed to be. It's a managed descent option, so the system is supposed to manage your whole descent for you, opposed to when you use level change or vertical speed. You know, it's just VNAV is managed.
Okay, I'll try this now.
Jacob, yes, it's released, but we just discovered a bug that slipped through on the VNAV descent, okay? And it's related to what we had with the speed brake and all those things. So Zibo was watching. He's still watching. Yes, sir. Okay, so yes, but please don't be annoyed. I'm warning you now already as a common courtesy, friend to friend, that there is a problem with the VNAV descent indicator. Okay, so just be aware. We know about it. Zibo will fix it. Okay, he's already fixed it on his side. Thank you, Zibo. And when he releases the next update, you guys will all get it. Okay. Zibo, thank you, man.
Sure. So it's like a closed development group which you have here?
Yes, yes. No, it's not about the steep descent. If you just rewind the video a couple of minutes, you'll see at the top of descent, you're immediately faced with a 9,999 pass deviation. You understand? And then what happens is the aircraft descends at the wrong rate. Sure, I'm tired. And that's it. So yeah, then we just had to basically go into vertical speed and just fiddle with it a little bit. And like I say, Zibo saw it. He says he's fixed it already on his side. So yeah, you're welcome, Bruno. As Zibo always says, as long as you enjoy it. It's crazy, eh, Paul, Mac, Zibo. If you think about it, you know, we do what we love and other guys like what we do. It's crazy when you think about it.
It is, but also, in answer to Nishant's question, everybody who flies the Zibo is a kind of tester.
Yes. Yeah,
and so, everybody can make a contribution, provided they are sensible about what they do, and they're very careful about what they do and say. Because I mean, I made the mistake earlier. I thought that the 9999 thing earlier was because I went past my top of descent. I assumed that that was what the cause was, when in fact it wasn't. It's so easy to jump to silly conclusions.
Yeah.
Likewise, I did the other day. Out of interest to everybody, when we're development testing, we work together as
Mac.
We work together as a team because we want to make certain that problem is replicated before we say it's a bug.
Yeah. Dave, you must try it in the new version 6.7 or later, because the speed brake was heavy worked on. Okay, so just try it.
Okay, so what I was saying is I'll report back on the Windows.
Yeah.
Let you know how that goes.
Yeah, please, that's fine, 100%.
Also, could you show me the exterior?
View the exterior.
If that's possible right now.
Yeah. Not sure what you want to see, but there it is.
Just looking at the display.
Exactly, Dave, it shouldn't. Sorry, Nishant.
Is blue and yellow your favorite colors?
It is now, since we've got the livery.
Just asking because people put their favorite color on their creations mostly.
Yeah, it started with orange, blue, and white. Okay, that's the basic Skymatix colors. Okay, and it's evolved a little bit. You know? The brain is fast asleep. You see, it's so late.
What time is it at the place?
1000 to level off.
It is 20 minutes past 11 p.m.
It is almost 3 a.m.
But you sound you're young. I'm not young anymore. For me, it's way past my bedtime.
Yeah, Nico, I may be young, but I'm not keeping well. So
1101. Yes, I remember when I was still studying, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Radio altimeter.
You would go out the whole night, come home like 4 a.m., take an hour, maybe hour and a half, 6 a.m. you back up, you're getting ready, and 8 a.m. you write an exam. You go, what the hell? Can you imagine?
I totally agree with that. I'm working the US shift from India. It's like 6:30 p.m. to 4 a.m. and it's hectic.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, that is me. Is that the FMC control full speed setting?
Yeah. At this moment, I'm controlling it because the moment you go into the glide slope, the moment the glide slope becomes active, the speed window here at the top will open. Ooh, I'm late, gentlemen. I'm very late. Right, gear down, 3 green, speed brake on, auto brake on. Gee, we made it.
Is that the landing monitor plugin?
At the top right. At the top right, yes. Guys, I'm losing it a little bit here because I need to concentrate. I'll come back to the questions on the stream in a minute. Let me just quickly land. Okay. I see there's a couple of them that need answering, so just give me a moment.
Approaching 3-4 left.
$500. Clear to land runway 34 left.
400. 300. Approaching decision height. 200.
Bit of a grab again. Not much, but it's there.
100. That's go. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use. Professional.
Thank you, Linda.
As we go.
You guys have typed so much. I'm gonna have to scroll back. Anyway, that's it. That is the stable approach little report for you guys. Right. After landing procedure. After landing procedure. Now she's apparently deaf. Hold on. After landing procedure. Nope. Then let's go do this.
After landing procedure.
This wouldn't be possible without with the keyboard and mouse.
After landing
No,
procedure
you're gonna really struggle. No, you're gonna struggle.
On manual flight. So only single channel auto land is possible now?
No. It depends on the actual approach. You can do Cat 3 auto land, but it's buggy. Cat 3 auto land is not guaranteed in the Zibo yet. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All depends. Libby, the co-pilot is Linda. If you search Linda co-pilot Zibo, you should find her in the org store, the Explain org store, and she's about $15 US to purchase. Okay, I'm going to look at the rest of the chat just now, guys. Let me just find a parking spot and go put the brakes on. Can't imagine why she would listen the whole flight and then all of a sudden she just decides. And I mean, it's not her fault. It's Microsoft speech recognition engine here in Windows 11. I don't know, man. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll tell you guys everything shortly. To just go park and then we can discuss all the questions. Alright, taxi light can go off. We don't care. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate it, man. I don't know if this is actually an animated jetway. It looks a bit funny to me, but we'll see if it works. Right, brake set. Shutdown procedure. Yeah, now she's listening again.
Shutdown
Look.
procedure.
Interesting. I don't think that thing's gonna
Ready
move.
for shutdown
That
procedure.
thing's dead. You see, even the Zibo didn't detect there's a jetway. That's terrible. Next time I'll go park there. That one looks like it might work. Okay, let me scroll back up because I see there's a lot of questions or comments or something. What dictates the difference in landing lights and the radio stack? Dave, it's in the EFB, buddy. You need to learn the EFB. All the settings, the whole Zibo, everything is controlled from here. So if you go to all your different setups and things, you can set anything that you want. So in terms of landing lights, halogen is the 4 stack, you see? It's the 4 different lights. LED is 2 lights. Okay, so that's the first question. The radio stack, exactly the same thing here. If you go to, I think it's systems, MMR, see, multi-mode receiver. If you say no, you get your old radios, normal nav radios. If you put the MMR on, multi-mode receiver, there you go. So everything is in here. All you need to do is Google the Zibo EFB guide. I did not write it. It was written by Richard. His handle is patch99, and you can ask him anything you want after reading that. It explains every single option in the EFB for you. And then what's nice about the Zibo mod is through the settings, you can literally set the Zibo mod to be equivalent to an NG of circa 1995. You can make it a 2005-6 version, which is comparable to the PMDG, or you can make it more modern than we have it. You understand? So it all depends on settings. It's similar in the PMDG. There's 1 or 2 new things they've brought in, but in essence, they represent a much older version of the Zibo, or the NG. Apologies, slip of the tongue. You understand? We've got way newer systems in here, but you won't know unless you go and fiddle and learn all these settings. We can literally simulate any version of the NG, you know, but it's all done through here. Mike 100, yeah, the Zibo has got a very fancy Linda Copilot. It's written by Jar Design, available to buy from the X-Plane store, about $15. She's really nice to work with. She's got this widget that you can see here on the side, so you can either use the widget to talk to her or you can use voice. And as you saw, sometimes the voice works, sometimes it doesn't. I have also noticed it depends on where the microphone is, because she's dependent on the Microsoft speech recognition engine that's in your Windows. Okay, unfortunately, that sometimes fails, you know. So then you just grab this. Uncle John?
Zibo's dropped 6.8.
For public release?
Give me a sec.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I will release 6.8, Jacob, for you specifically, and the rest of the guys obviously, but because you know at that chat, right? So he's obviously fixed the problems that we were noticing on the stream, and I'll release it for you the moment I stop the stream. Okay. So. Okay, shame. He says he hopes it will work because he didn't test it. He just fixed it quickly in terms of the code. Okay, so we're all going to be test pilots in a few minutes. Okay, so that's fine. All right, then.
Thanks for the floodlight as well.
Nishant, you're too quiet. We can't hear you. So everybody talks over you. Say again.
I'm already a test pilot testing the yet certified A321 XLR as part of the TOLES package.
Okay, cool. So now you can be a Zibo test pilot too. All right, Bruno, yes, I have RAS. I use RAS. I also created that little text file that puts the RAS on the MD. You can find that in my private hangar. Please note there is an XRAS for X-Plane 12 now. Okay, so don't go and put the X-Plane 11 version in there. Even if you follow my lead in the video I made before. I think I've taken that off circulation, but make sure you get the X-Plane 12 XRAS. Okay. It is a freeware plugin, yes. Not perfect, but almost, yeah.
I have been using XRAS 2 on X-Plane 12, and it's just they just modify the code to be able to support X-Plane 12 from the original XRAS.
Yeah, that's fine, but the people must just, when they do get XRAS for X-Plane 12, they must make sure it says XRAS for X-Plane 12, otherwise it's no use. Right. Yeah, Jacob, the water effects comes from xEnviro. I'm using xEnviro in this version, so that's where the water effects come from. Andrew, oof, yeah, it's gonna get hot in Australia. And Andrew, try and get a goof in the swimming pool somewhere. Go jump in, relax. Right, Libby, I see you got the Zibo mod download link and yes, Dave, most real pilots talk like that, that's true. Mike 100, she's not bad, you must just know how to use her, man. And I don't ask her to do everything. I know a lot of guys run through the whole SOP with her and all. Yeah, it's fine, it's fair enough, but I only ask her to do what I want her to do, so she's okay for me. Cat 3 wheelies, oh yeah. Right, stick to 6.7. Well, go for 6.8 now, Dave. Rather go for the new one that's fixed the bugs that we discovered right now. Alright, Jacob, don't hurt yourself doing that, eh? Just FYI. We want you to come back at least, you know, afterwards without any battle scars and things, man. It's just a joke, but you know what I mean. John McPherson also asked on the forum about the new EFB option for yoke advanced. What's that about? Oh, that's for guys that fly in VR. It's to center the yoke or something, if I recall correctly. Zibo had a chat with Richard here on Discord, and I kind of looked with one eye. So it's for VR users, that one. I'm glad you got the joke there. You're not so brave. I tell you what. Do it for laughs and giggles. You know. Anyway, okay. I'm not going to test it now. It's late. It's almost midnight. I'm going to sleep now. So by tomorrow morning, I expect some written reports on one of the platforms. You tell me how it went. Okay. You all test pilots tonight. I deputize you, and I hope you have fun. Good night.